There is a popular legend from the 19th century that talks about Claudia, a doll that stars this story. One afternoon, a little girl and her dad went out to take a walk in the downtown streets of the city they lived in. As they walked, they came about a shop window of a small doll store. There were all kinds of dolls the girl could dream of right in front of her very own eyes, from the typical rag dolls to the distinguished porcelain dolls. So fragile, they look like they're about to break just by looking at them. It was one of the porcelain dolls that piqued the girl's interest. It was beautiful, with pretty blonde hair filled with ringlets, carefully collected in the shape of a bow, cobalt eyes and vermilion lips. An enviable piece for any girl who didn't have it. Little girl convinced her father to enter the store and buy the doll for her. When they spoke to the shopkeeper, he seemed a little reluctant to sell the doll, claiming he had found it a few years before in that perfect condition, and that he couldn't understand how it remained the same. It was his most exquisite and favorite piece, quite striking in the shop window, and it was for display only. He had even given it a name, Claudia. Yet he wasn't going through the best of times, and the need of keeping the business running was greater than the desire of keeping the doll for himself. So he ended up agreeing to sell it, to a rather high price, but the girl got what she so dearly wanted. A smile adorned her face. She was overwhelmed with joy. It was the prettiest doll she had ever had. Despite the subtlety of the doll and its cost, the girl wasn't all that careful with her new acquisition. She would take it in the air by the arm, all over the place, without worrying about it breaking from a possible hit against any object. And so the day passed, without noticing that, inconspicuously, the friendly expression on the porcelain face was gradually turning into an angry face. One night at bedtime, the girl was tucked into bed, and her mother was bundling her, when she noticed the doll was lying in the corner. She asked the girl if she would sleep with the doll, to which she said no. She didn't like her face because it seemed angry at her. Her mother told her lovingly that it was beautiful for a girl to have such imagination, but she thought she was exaggerating. Later that night, in complete darkness, the girl was exhausted after the hustle and bustle of the day, so she fell asleep. In the silence of the night, she started hearing weird noises coming from the corner the doll was in. It was the doll, definitely moving, now standing on its feet. It stealthily approaches the bed. The possessed doll got its face closer to the girl's. Its eyes acquired a shine of life it didn't have before. Long, sharp nails came from its hands, and on its face was a macabre smile where pure evil was reflected. After looking around, it stared at its young owner. It was angry at her for not receiving the treatment it deserved, not appreciating her father's gift and handling it as an ordinary toy, despite knowing how special it was. The owners of the house woke up abruptly at hearing the terrible screams of panic and pain. They rushed to their daughter's room, and when they turn the lights on, they see the horrible scene. Their kid is on the floor, lying in a puddle of blood, covered in reddened scratches and bite marks. She's agonizing. Her parents run to her and, frightened, ask her what happened, to which the girl answered, "It was Claudia. She attacked me because she was very angry at me. She says I don't take good care of her and that she will find a better owner." "But who's Claudia, sweetie?" asked her father. "My doll." The terrified and concerned parents thought their daughter was delirious, but When they turn their heads towards the corner where the doll should be, they see it sitting in the rocking chair next to the door. The woman could not hold a scream when she saw the doll was covered in blood with stains around the lips which formed an evil smile. They have no time to react. Next day, the nanny who came every day finds the horrid scene. Over the years, the house is occupied again. A young marriage with a baby and a beautiful 5-year-old girl. They're moving things inside the house, taking them out of the boxes and placing them in their corresponding place. The girl enters her new room to store her belongings and her face lights up. On an old, dusty cupboard, there's a beautiful porcelain doll in perfect condition. Cobalt eyes, blonde hair with ringlets, properly combed, and vermilion lips that form a great smile.